Uh, yeah.
Good gaming, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Nider. Today we're gonna watch some new play cEDH. In today's game, we're gonna have a Korvold, a Tayam, a Magda, and a Atraxa. This was at the end of August, so we are still pre-ban. However, I believe we don't see any of the cards that were banned anyway. So it was quite an interesting game. We'll see some back and forth. Korvold wants to create infinite treasure with Dockside, then maybe drop a Mayhem Double or just draw with infinite treasures. He can actually draw his library by sacrificing a treasure, making a mana, and it's +1 on Korvold, and he draws a card, so he can go through his deck, go through all of his deck. Right after, we've got Tayam. Tayam is a creature deck, looking to stacks up the game, make it a little bit slower so that he has time to sit down his creature and activate Tayam a few times to figure out which puzzle piece he needs to actually win. Because Tayam is a puzzle, we call it a puzzle commander because every card is a combo piece. You just need to figure out which combo piece you are missing to close out the game. Magda, so Magda is a threat kill on side commander. I try to always politic away the threat assessment. Try to point where the real threat is, because people are stuck in their head that Magda is a kill on sight, and she is not as much as other commander. She is looking to make treasure. As soon as you tap a dwarf, you make a treasure. So you are running cards like Zorn, Professional Facebreaker to try to get to 10 treasure as fast as possible. Magda is 10 treasure with nothing else on board. It's 10 treasure, you win. Or Artifact Dwarf or a Clock of Omen on board is 5 treasure, you win. And there is other way to actually work around, make extra treasure. Not gonna spoil everything. Right after that, we've got Atraxa Food Chain. She is looking into... Well, she has, it's a song red, if I remember correctly. So she can't play Dockside, but she can play pretty much anything else, and she will have a Torkoal win line. However, they are mostly looking into Tainted Pack or Demonic Consultation to exile one of the creature that you can cast from exile. Mist Hollow Griffin or Eternal Scourge. And then you just cast it, sacrifice it for whatever mana +1, and then you do that loop infinitely to then use Atraxa to draw your deck and win. I'm presuming that she still wins with Tessa's Oracle after drawing her deck. Don't remember, I haven't checked into it. 95% of the time we will just say, okay, so you got your combo, I scoop. I'm pretty sure that you've got ways to win. Some people will say, well, never scoop too early. It is something that I say often, but if no one around the table has a way to make somebody draw, so one of the best way to stop a Torkoal combo is let them exile the library and then make them draw a card. If they draw a card, they lose. You don't have a lot of way to do it at instant speed, however. Mikokoro is a land that makes everybody draw. I used to run Memory Jar, which is exile your hand, draw 7. It was a silver bullet for time. But spending 5 treasure in a tutor to kill one player will not help you win the game. So I went away from these, but that is one of a good way to kill a Torkoal player, and it's always so funny when it happens. So mulligans are done. Pre-game is being asked around. Everybody keeps no pre-game. Korvold is starting. From a fetch into a jeweled. Drops an LED. So the thing with Korvold, as soon as he ETBs, you need to sacrifice something. So he's playing most probably LED to have something to sacrifice. And when you want it in your graveyard for Underworld Breach. Tayam shortcut into Elvish Mystic. Magda drops a Mudavolt. Petal. Mox Opal. So Mox Opal and Petal means Mox Opal is online. Crack Petal to get a Magda out. It's either Magda or turn 1 Dwarf. Atraxa is a super slow deck. Let's see if he has any. He has Soaring, Mox Opal, Fetch Land. 4 mana turn 2. The issue is that he is missing an artifact. So as we are moving into turn 2, so as you see, jeweled into 2-land Korvold. On ETB, you need to sacrifice a permanent. ETBs on attack, sacrifice another permanent. When you sacrifice something, you put a +1/+1 and draw a card. That is how he can draw his deck and someone close the game. At some point, I've seen Korvold one-shot kill people. Maybe more in casual than in cEDH. One and two. Eddersworn Canonist. So we see Tayam slowing down the game at this point. Only one artifact. Not that worried because I am playing a bunch of artifact. Problem with Magda is as soon as you cannot attack somewhere, your game plan is stopped. So she is a super good commander, but for non-commander centric commander deck, kind of annoying. Universal Automaton to make a artifact spell, so I could play another one, but I'm pretty sure I've got nothing in hand. Passes off to Atraxa. So one of the best ways to survive in cEDH is to not be the threat. And usually you're not the threat by trying to not do anything like Atraxa is doing. You just bide your time and you hope you're going to be good. Talion, Kindly Lord. This is a good card and vintage card. As usual, Talion is a either, so statistically, 2, CMC 2, well, not CMC, naming 2, 1, and 3 in that order is going to be the correct percentage of the chances of hitting. Of course, if you've got some storm deck like some Krark Sakashima on your board, naming 1 would be, Stellality would be the same. Naming 1 would be an excellent choice because all of the cantrips are at 1. They want to storm off, get a few cantrips in, or free spell, but you cannot name 0. Tayam goes Expedition map. That is a sure giveaway. Try to go get a gas cradle. Head of turn, gonna lightning bolt the Magda. This is one of the reason why I'm looking for a non-commander centric commander cEDH deck. Because on the board right now, Korvold, Tayam, Magda, or commander centric. Atraxa is a win con. It's card advantage, but it's not centered around Atraxa. You will get a bunch of stuff. You will food chain. You will use the Eternal Scourge and other stuff. Horkish on the Xorn. Now, that's a way to handle the Magda deck. Bowmaster ETBs. Bowmaster will kill the 1/1 dwarf. So you need to find ways to generate value and not necessarily absolutely need your commander for a win, which is one of the weaknesses of Magda. If you stop Magda from being on the board, you will shut his game off. It is what it is, so you need to learn when to cast your commander and when to not cast it. Phyrexian Metamorph, hitting, becoming a copy of the Orcish Bowmaster, and of course the Orcish Bowmaster will return the arrow to the other Bowmaster. Dia de la Muertos. No idea why he has that as a token for his Orc army, but looks good. We'll get a Wishclaw in. Passes on, not using the Wishclaw. Scalding Tard. So the fun thing with Korvold is you crack your fetch, you draw a card. So this is why you want to run as much fetch as possible in that deck. Mayhem Devil, combo piece. Still not fully installed, but it is going to be a problem later on. We're still only turn 3, so it is kind of early in the game. Not believing that it's going to be this quick. Eatersworn is an issue. Cracking the Expedition map will ping the other Bowmaster. Expedition map will get resolved into a gas cradle as mentioned. I'll crack the Urza's Cave into something. Go fetch a Urza's Saga. So I'm looking at the board and I believe we forgot something. We'll see. Crack, fetch, draw something. I think it pings somebody's face. 1, 2, 3, 1. Uses the Wishclaw, passes it around, and there I'm all happy. Yay, I'm gonna get a Wishclaw. 1, 2, 3, 4. Calling Ritual. So he gave me the Wishclaw so that he can actually get one more. X is gonna be 9. Well, I'm saying X, but The number of mana he's gonna make is 9. 5 green for black. He will 2 and 1 cast Food Chain. So at this point, we're asking, do you have the creature? Edder's Warren Canonist is gone. Eternal Scourge gets casted. Nobody has an answer. Everybody's coop. So what you can do is, with Eternal Scourge, like I was saying, exile Scourge to Food Chain to make 4 mana. Use 3 to recast creature, Eternal Scourge. Resack it to make 4 mana, so is up to 5. Recast Eternal Scourge goes back to 2, so he can actually do that to get infinite mana. Then, like I was saying, cast Atraxa, sack Atraxa, cast Atraxa, reveal top 10, put a bunch of cards in his hand, sack Atraxa, recast Atraxa, makes a bunch of makes a ton of cards into his hand. So at this point, it's like, we've got nothing. We could have tried to dig if we had insurance, but we didn't. So congratulations to the Atraxa player. Super good flying, under the radar, not being the target. If you learned anything in this vid, please leave a comment. I'll be happy to have a discussion with you. Especially like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next game.